I guess you could just.
Oh, there you go. It's back on it again.
Okay, sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties with the microphone there. So, but anyway, to pick up where we left off.
So you think what 8 and 9, 7 and 10 for Pittsburgh?
I think
Probably.
we'll get 9 wins.
You think we'll get the 9?
I think we'll get 9 wins. I think we'll get the wild card. We probably will make the playoffs, and I'm just being honest. We'll probably make the playoffs
and then get smoked,
and probably end up losing,
old.
and we'll probably end up losing again because we'll probably end up getting Buffalo again, like we always do in Buffalo, and probably just get beat.
See, genuinely, I actually think for once, even though it's been said every year about Tomlin having his losing season, I think this actually might be the year they go 7 and 10.
I don't think
maybe 8 wins.
I really don't think Rodgers will let him.
You don't think?
I'm
actually going to think this will be the year.
For some stupid reason, the bond that they have, and I don't know why and how that happened. That needs to be explained in itself.
I've never understood that. Apparently, Mike Tomlin has a fancy for him.
I don't understand why. I don't know how, but whatever. You know,
he gets giddy when he's around him.
But
it's kind of weird to me. But
if he makes it work, I'll take it. Because, even though I'm not a fan of the guy and what the situation is, I'm always going to love my Steelers, no matter what. I don't care if it was me quarterbacking or if it was whoever.
Yeah, right.
You know, I'm always going to love my Steelers, and I'm going to sit there on the couch and do what we normally do and cuss the TV for about 45 minutes. So,
I know the feeling, though.
Or have a heart attack at the end of the game because Pittsburgh, when they're up 2 scores, they still find a way to give, the average fan a heart attack. Because then they allow the game to be, close at the end.
We always get it. But, I do believe that's probably what will happen, more than likely. But, now we need to figure out the wide receiver because now we got George Pickens gone to Dallas.
Yep.
What do you think of that pickup for Dallas?
I mean, as long as he comes and show up and does what he normally does, I feel like it's definitely going to be a good addition. We needed it, and that was the one biggest thing that I was upset that they didn't pick up, but I just don't know. I need to really watch him play and just see how it goes, because, I mean, that's the biggest thing that where normally I don't care about watching like the preseason before it starts and everything. And I go ahead, and this year is going to be a lot different because there's a lot of holes that are being filled and a lot of people that have to show up and a lot of, I don't know, I really feel like in general, it's going to end up being a tough year for us. I don't think we're going to end up doing as well as I would like us to do. It just depends on how those holes end up getting filled. And as long as CeeDee Lamb and Pickens can also get along. Because that's the other thing.
Please let me.
I was just so curious.
Let me.
Is George going to be mad if CD's getting 10 targets a game and he's only getting 4 to 6? Because we know how George was in Pittsburgh. It wasn't really anything he did outside of the stadium. It was more the stuff that he did on the, basically on the field. Getting mad because he's not getting the ball. Pouting, whining, all that,
Not blocking.
Well, that too, on top of it. Because he's disengaged because he's not getting the ball.
You got a head case.
Yeah, that's
just gonna throw that part
if
out
you can
there.
keep him happy,
but
he's good.
Aren't usually the ones to deal with players like that, anyways.
But also too, I will say this, and that's the one thing that you have to give Mike Tomlin credit for: the personalities that man had to deal with to keep everybody as a whole, to not have the whole team in jail, is amazing. Because I mean, he's had Antonio Brown, and we all know that dude went off the rails.
Chase Claypool was
kind of
a little bit of a problem.
That bro had all the talent in the world.
Yeah, he did.
And just didn't
care, in my opinion.
The most talented, probably out of all of them, besides Antonio, the most talented, nobody talks about Martavis Bryant. Martavis Bryant
Yeah, I
had
mean-
the most talent, speed, strength, catch radius, high point the ball, all that. And he was a freak athlete. Freak athlete.
Would you say he was extremely like an issue though, other than like I know it came down more to me like, he just
Thank
stopped
you.
smoking weed. Like
If that's all the man
Yeah.
does, God bless you.
I don't think he was really a problem with the teammates. It was just during that time frame you weren't allowed to smoke weed, and he got hit up a couple times. So Pittsburgh was like, "Look, we gotta let you go." At that point. Then he did it again when he went where? Wasn't it like?
CFL or something like that, I
But
think.
didn't he play elsewhere like one other time in the league? Was it the Raiders or something?
Yes.
But he got in trouble with the Raiders, and then that's when NFL kind of cut ties with him at that point.
He was kind of blackballed
Yeah.
because the smoking the weed thing back, because back at that point in time in the NFL, it was definitely
No.
It wasn't allowed. Now you can actually do it. Just
that was a huge no-no.
it's sparingly though, of course. What you can
but-
do today.
Yeah.
Martavis had the most immense athletic talent than any of them. He reminded me of George. George reminds me of him a little bit,
Yeah.
but that freak catch during the playoff game, the divisional game against Cincinnati,
Mm-hmm.
when he did the flip and caught it between his legs. I mean, the dude was just a freak athlete, and it was it was a waste.
And we've seen George make those plays. Like that's the biggest thing. Like George has all the talent in the world. It's just keeping his head on.
And then the other one too that should have been was Juju.
Mhm.
Juju could have been solid, and I mean a solid number two that could get you 500 to 900 yards just as a number two.
Yeah.
What happened?
He didn't want to. He didn't want to go to.
I
Kansas
don't
City
care.
and play well. I mean,
No.
but-
Screw Kansas City.
saying.
Fuck them all. No.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I don't.
Hate him. No. Anyway. Him and CD Lamb could be one of the
crazy.
most dangerous duos in the league.
Because
But can you keep your head on straight?
it comes down to who you're going to double.
But it's
If you
also
have both of them out there, who are you going to double? Because if you double one, you're going to leave the one open to an advantage every time.
But that's the point. It allows us to be able to do a lot more. And it should be, honestly, shouldn't be a problem to give and go to each player to be able to have it. The issue is everybody has an ego.
Ball.
Everybody wants the
It
ball.
comes down
They
to
want
this.
the yards. They want to be able to. I get it.
You got one.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I got a question though.
But
I
it
mean,
comes-
is that as important as being able to hit that Super Bowl, heading towards the right direction, and allowing your team to be a
Well, it's
team?
playing being a team player. But it also comes down to who's getting paid. CD's getting paid.
Well, yeah.
So
But at the end of the
between
day,
the two of them, they're going to side with CD every time.
but obviously,
like
who
the
would you
team is.
feel? Who would you feel is going to be that guy, anyways? I mean, do you think George Pickens is going to be as good as CD Lamb? Is he going to be able to do
No, CD's
much as him?
way
I mean,
better than him.
I mean,
CD's
I really do believe it, not just because he's a Cowboy, but I believe in general he's just nasty.
But if they play it right, it's going to free them up in a lot of situations to where they can both thrive.
Well, it's going to free
So
and they have
like,
other players,
and
and
it's
I
going
mean,
to free other players up to get opportunities. It's all about getting afforded.
Yes.
It's all about getting
not even
afforded
just
the
between them
opportunities.
two.
And plus, too, it's going to help them run the ball.
Mhm.
God
Oh,
knows who's going to be
definitely.
running back, but that's a different case on itself. But Dak should be the happiest man on planet Earth
Yeah,
because it's hard to
I
find two
agree,
number ones at your receiver.
Right.
Because also, too, George has to respect CD Lamb. He has to.
Yeah. Like,
Because
why
also,
wouldn't you?
too, bro's been in the league longer than you,
Yeah.
and you know damn well that he's better than you. You have to. CD's
Mhm.
been around the block a time or five.
And honestly, I respect CD a little bit more, even as a Steelers fan, for playing with that bum shoulder.
That was the thing I
Except
was
for
going
the
to get
very
into.
last week.
RJ, you were not in the shot.
no.
You change it.
There you are. Anyway, my whole thing was too, and I was going to get to it. is CD's health. And I will give that man extreme credit. I had him in fantasy last year. When he got hurt,
Well, so did I. So
you noticed the Cowboys, like, it dipped hard.
Yeah.
But he stayed. He only missed what, one game?
It was the last game.
Well, they
Literally
shut
the
him
last game
down.
of the year, they shut him down.
He didn't want to,
Because then I had to pick up Keenan Allen.
because
in fantasy.
it was against Atlanta when he got hurt.
Mhm.
Because I remember the catch. He went like this and he landed on his shoulder.
Yep.
And you can see when he got up, he went like this. And I'm like, he either broke his collarbone or he sprained
Something
it,
with a short
or
shoulder,
he sprained
short
his shoulder.
Yeah.
But dude gritted it out and he played. And I
I respect him.
and I give the man credit,
As an, you know,
especially for who the hell his quarterback was.
No,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, I give dude credit. Okay.
was it still, was it Cooper Rush?
It was Cooper
still?
Rush.
Yeah, he was still there.
No. Well, I mean, that's the other thing. I mean,
Because
we're
they
coming
didn't have a
back.
choice.
Yeah.
I mean, we're coming back, and we should be healthy. I mean, we'll see.
Dak
how
ought to be
things-
the happiest man on planet Earth now
Mhm.
that he got an official number 2, or as they like to call it, because I've seen the thing, 1A and 1B,
Right.
which
No,
we all
that's-
know who 1B is.
Yeah, in my opinion.
Yes.
It's Pickens.
CeeDee Lamb is way.
I guess that's the
better.
biggest thing too. Is who is that? Like, is it still? Did they get rid of McCarthy?
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, is he still there? Right?
He's gone.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Schottenheimer.
So who is it? I guess it's all going to come down to, can he
Well, so too.
kind of somewhat control Pickens how Tomlin did, and then allow certain things to leak, and kind of calm him down. Like I
Their
think
new
that's gonna be a
coach is
factor,
young,
too,
and he
so,
also comes from a hell of a coaching family tree.
yeah.
I mean, the Schottenheimers. I mean, that they've been around football for
So
since you and I have been
is
born.
Marty Schottenheimer like his dad or something like that, or some relation?
He
I'm sure it's
he
like an
is a-
uncle or something. So
Look
if I had to guess,
because yes, I think I want to say it's his son or his grandson. I think, because I'm telling you, the Schottenheimers.
Brian Schottenheimer, right?
It's been a football family for years. Marty, all them guys,
Let me see.
good football family. They know football.
I'm just, you know me. I'm always praying for us to
Yeah,
go in and
He's
have a
the
good
son
year.
of Marty Schottenheimer,
Schottenheimer.
which is what I pretty much figured. It was something
And
like that.
believe you me,
Marty
his-
was great. So
his dad gonna help him.
yeah,
So, and I guarantee you that's where Jerry Jones was going with that.
yeah.
He said, "Kids young." Because if you notice, and I told you this the other day, all these younger coaches up and coming,
Yeah.
like that are getting jobs, like high profile jobs, like Kellen Moore is now the New Orleans Saints head coach who just won a Super Bowl in Philadelphia,
Mhm.
left Philadelphia's offensive coordinator job to become a head coach, just won a Super Bowl, was in Dallas. He was Dallas's offensive coordinator.
I
Yeah.
actually enjoyed his playmaking. He actually brought a different
He's-
spin to what
he's
their
creative.
offense normally is. He actually opened up a lot of things. I was always upset when he left us, to be honest with you.
He
I
also
wasn't-
played quarterback. He
Pittsburgh.
played.
Yes.
He played at Boise State.
Yeah.
I remember him playing. Kellen Moore was good. He only lost a handful of games in his collegiate career.
Mhm.
So I mean, dude knows football. He has the knowledge. And then who's the Philadelphia's coach?
Sirianni.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni. Where'd you come from? I don't know. Dude went to a Super Bowl and won one.
Man, they were
And-
bashing him the last couple of years,
And he's young.
You know what I mean?
Younger.
Philly fans kind of hate him in a way. Until
Philadelphia
now.
hates themselves.
I know.
They're the
But
worst fan base in history.
They are hard on everyone, but it's just
No
like,
offense.
how in the world, like,
Your fan base is another one entirely. But Philadelphia, they are the worst people on planet Earth. I'm telling you, they are the worst fans on planet Earth.
so now it's like a hate love since he.
When
won
you
the
throw
Super Bowl.
snowballs at Santa, you got problems. Okay, you seriously have problems. They literally do. Like them people are different. But
So,
we'll get back to Dallas.
so
With all that said,
How's the schedule?
And what they have, I'm sorry, first game's a loss. Sorry, man. I love you to death, but first
No,
game's a loss.
I really
They're
believe
going to hand you that ass.
But I really believe this time they could probably have us in both halves. You know how we play them twice. I really believe it just because of,
Sweet.
yes, I hate to say it. And normally it is a split. And there's been times where Dallas is honestly higher on wins against the Eagles. But at the end of the day,
Yes, I am.
at the end of the day, I know what Philadelphia is made of, and they have one of my favorite running backs in the league right now.
He's
other
everybody's-
favorite.
He is your running
Saquon.
back's favorite running back.
Nah, but I also
I
love
mean-
Derrick Henry as well. Between those two guys right now in the league, and
I still love Derek. Unfortunately, he is a rat bird.
I mean, he's just
I
a
don't
dog.
care.
I still love him.
Don't
I
care.
can't help it.
And also, too, he has another incentive this year. If he runs for 2,000 yards, Adam Sandler's going to
Yes.
cast him in a movie.
Yes, I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that. I actually
And
watched that
Derek
today.
answered him. He said, "Bet
Oh, I
that
watched
man
it.
runs for 2,000
awesome,
yards
bro.
this season. I'm done.
That's awesome.
I'm done."
So I
So
want to
anyways.
throw a little curveball in this conversation real quick.
Derrick Henry.
You're old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the wifey. That's
Yeah, I know.
why.
Boo.
Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, Philly.
So I want to throw something else in the side picture real quick. Have you guys heard about this?
Yes.
How do you? I know you're not going to be a fan of that.
Oh, with what's his name?
Nicolas Cage
Nicolas
and-
Cage is playing John
and
Madden.
Keanu-
I watched the film.
Keanu Reeves is Al Davis.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Why? How? Who cares?
I'll watch
But-
it.
I hate the fucking Raiders.
I'm just not a Nicolas
But how
Cage
wild
fan,
is it
but
that
I'll
they
watch it.
look so damn similar though?
No, I agree.
You
Like,
know
when
what
I
I
saw
mean?
it, I was like, actually, that he actually does look like him. Like the way they did the makeup and everything.
Like, I mean, it is ridiculous. I mean, I looked it up to see if he was wearing a fat suit or he actually gained the weight for it.
It's fat suit.
It's a fat suit. He did gain a little bit of weight
Yeah.
for
Because
the
you can
roles
tell, like,
in
his face didn't get that chunky for no reason.
No,
You know?
he almost kind of looks like he walks different just to fit the body
Because-
even better. It's
Because John had that like lean
He had
over
the
a little
lean,
bit.
yeah,
He had to lean
yeah.
over a little bit.
yeah. But no, I thought that was random as hell. I was like, man, I'm just gonna throw that in the conversation when we jump on there because I was like, so you're still gonna actually watch it?
Yeah, I'll still watch
Is
it.
it the
'cause
only
I like
Nicolas
football.
Cage? Oh no, you like National Treasure too, didn't you?
Yeah, I like National
Yeah, I
Treasure.
like it.
Listen,
No,
I'm
but
not-
you don't like Nicolas Cage in
I
general.
think Nick Cage is bad in a lot of movies.
Con
but I
Air?
like some
He looked like
movies,
Aaron Rodgers.
But I like some
Con
movies.
Air is a
He
badass
does.
Con Air-
movie,
Con Air is a
right?
good
I never watched it, but
What? Have
You never seen Con Air? Con
He
Air's a
doesn't-
good movie.
I don't like
Like,
Nick Cage.
Like
It's a good movie.
Dude's
I
actually
think-
born on my birthday too, and I don't like him.
Dude, Con Air's a good movie.
no,
Well, I was
and the
born on his
other,
birthday.
and I'm telling you, the other people in it as well.
Steve
make it-
Buscemi's in it.
I can't do it.
He's Garland Green.
I'm
Good
telling you,
movie.
there's just
Good movie.
yeah. Now I could kind of understand like going in 60 seconds, you know, a little bit of that. I could kind of understand, but like
Face
movie
Off?
like Face Off, Con
He
Air.
played some of Face Off. I was just like, this is cool.
Face Off's a good movie.
And some John, and I love John Travolta a lot too. But
Nah, they play good roles, like playing each other and the way they flip their I don't know sleeper.
I
But,
have a John Madden little tidbit fact information here.
yeah.
What was John Madden's last game he called?
I don't know honestly. I can't even think of one.
I do.
Wait, was it the suit? But which one was it? Was it an 08 or was it the 05 one?
Wait.
08.
His last game that he called as a commentator was the Super Bowl
And it was the Steelers and Cardinals
with the
Super
Steelers.
Bowl.
Steelers.
Which was a good one to finish off with.
Steelers Cardinals was the last game that John commentated,
So speaking of John Madden,
and he hates the Steelers
Yeah, he does.
with a
Because
passion.
he was the Raiders coach in the 70s. That's all
He
you got to
wishes
say.
we would burn in hell. The
Well, I mean,
Immaculate Reception. He hates Franco Harris so fucking bad
Yeah.
that them two probably right now in heaven, Lord rest in peace, love both of them, are probably having it out.
So-
No question.
so do you believe in the Madden curse for video games?
Yep.
So how do you do you
So sorry. Marcus is pissed.
Oh,
So,
by the way,
yeah.
Saquon Barkley. So
Saquon got the cover
yeah, he's doing the backwards
by
huddle over.
himself.
Yeah.
I might not pick him in fantasy if I had the opportunity to.
Because
I
You
might
watch,
not.
you watch and
every
see.
time, I mean,
What do you
I've
think,
always
Phil?
heard it. I'm curious to
The only
see.
person
Pick him
that
in, you gonna
the only
keep him in
person it never
fantasy?
really happened to was Tom Brady. Tom Brady made the cover of Madden when he was with Tampa.
So you want to keep him in fantasy?
Oh, you're damn right.
Well,
He's the best running back in the league, bar none, right now.
Yeah,
bar none.
100%.
There is
He-
nobody else.
He
that
was
is
the
close.
best running back, even when he was with the damn Giants. Even if you didn't see the yards that was expected, especially when he's
his
done
team
in Eagles,
sucked a bag of dicks.
he was still the best running back, even on that shitty ass team.
Christian McCaffrey was there for a white boy.
Yes.
He
But
was there.
but he's
Let me
still
show you
not
how a white
Saquon.
man run the football.
I mean, he's nasty though. I don't
But
hate
now
on that.
he's a little bit long in the
Banged
tooth
up.
and he's injured.
Yeah.
But also, too, I've heard the Niners say that he is in the healthiest condition he's been in a long time. So,
Well, he's probably had a lot.
but
of
also,
he's had
too,
a
the
lot of
Niners
rest.
are praying to Jesus that he is, because the Niners are another one that is
Yeah.
just on that cusp, man, because you paid Brock Purdy a shit ton of money and probably shouldn't have.
But wouldn't you also say, in a certain sense, I mean, this is how I felt, isn't the NFL in general a little bit more exciting because of all these young quarterbacks and all the different
Of
OGs
course.
playing against each other? Like,
Yeah.
it is phenomenal
Of course.
to watch, all these young cats play. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've been really enjoying it a lot more. It's actually made me expand a lot more to watching other teams play, just to watch certain players play.
Jahmyr Gibbs, damn good running back. Definitely has potential to be up there.
And
Like,
honestly,
I like watching
I'll be
Steelers
dead
just to watch
serious with
Watt
you,
play.
Phil.
Watt is
I'll
easily
be-
my favorite
I'll
player.
be
He's
dead
probably my
serious.
favorite defensive player, even though I do like Micah Parsons a lot. I just feel like he's right now in his own lock. He's not adjusting. He's not doing what he needs to do. And if things go right, though, he might have that adjustment where he can start making those early plays he was doing in his earlier in his career with
He's
us.
just going to have to start playing with a little bit more,
Do you know who?
just get to the football.
Yeah.
But also, too, it's hard when you get double and triple team the whole time because they know that that's your
And
best
they
player.
holding the hell out of him.
But they got nobody else to get to the quarterback. You got to
Well,
find somebody else that gets to the quarterback.
We'll have to see. That's potential right there. That's the
Yeah.
potential I'm hoping for too.
You know who my favorite running back probably is.
Who?
And you probably,
Active?
yes.
Has he played it down?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, if you said
Honestly,
Mario
I think
Hampton,
he's
I'm
really
slapping you.
no. I'm being dead serious. Has nothing to do with you loving Oregon. But after watching Bucky Irving a
bro?
lot last year, I really love Bucky Irving.
Now I just hope to God that he
No,
doesn't.
I do.
I hope to God that he doesn't or he hit that sophomore slump, because he earned
Man,
that
so-
back.
I
He
love
earned
him.
that backfield, because I mean he had
Yeah, he
you
did.
had Rashad White,
Mhm.
and who was the other one?
It was some I don't know the dude's name. I remember. Didn't he wear like 44? He almost looks like a fullback.
Okay, then he wasn't important.
I didn't think, but he was decent actually. I watched him play a little
But
bit.
Rashad White ain't no joke. Okay,
He's
so
good.
and he took that backfield from him, and you watched it happen progressively over each game.
He
Like
did.
Bucky took that, and Baker was like, "All right, I trust this rookie,"
Mhm.
And guess what?
Yep. He ended
Look
up
what
getting
happened.
the majority of the snaps.
But anyway, let's
Yeah, 'cause
let's-
we gotta start
Philly.
run down that schedule.
real quick because we gotta head out. So game one, obviously, we talked about Eagles. I really believe we're losing our first one against them.
That's a no.
I
It's
really
plus-
do believe it.
plus two.
Giants.
They're raising their banner. They ain't gonna allow
That to happen.
that to happen, especially.
But if they do win, I'm gonna be happy as hell.
But
as
especially
always.
against Dallas, because because they hate you that much.
Yeah, but they're also very strong. Very, very, very
Isn't that
strong.
the first game of the year?
Yes.
Yes, Thursday
That's
night.
what I thought.
It'll be
Yeah,
a Thursday
it's a
night
Thursday
game.
night game. Then we got
That's
the Giants.
amazing.
Giants
That'll
should be
win.
That's a
that should
dub
be
in my
easy.
book.
Then we got the Bears next.
The Bears. See, it's the same way with Pittsburgh playing. I'm in the middle.
I'm gonna say we might lose to them.
Because with Eric Bieniemy as their running backs coach / offensive assistant, it's gonna be
I
hard
feel like it's a
because
toss-up.
he gonna have them running backs ready, and if Dallas can't stop the run, they're in trouble.
Nope.
What do you think?
But again,
you think it's an L?
It's about what the new players.
I think
and
that
the
game
positions
could
can do.
stay close, too close for comfort, but
I'm going to say Dallas wins.
I'm going to say Dallas wins because of Aubrey.
Yeah.
Kicker.
No, I agree. I could see that being a close game. Hands
Chris
down.
Boswell's the best kicker in the league, but bro, I mean, he's
Tucker's gone right from the Ravens.
Yeah.
With all that stuff going on, the wife was telling me about that.
good.
Good. Then we got the Packers.
Justin Toucher.
Packers after that. I personally feel like I just want to beat them. I want to beat them,
and that's a rivalry.
Who is it now?
I just want to beat them.
Packers.
That's a rivalry.
Old
school.
I'm gonna go
in Green Bay.
Where's it at?
I don't know on that, to be honest with you.
Let me
It should
see.
say if it says
no.
yeah.
So that should be home.
That's a
right?
Sunday night game. Yeah, it's
That's
home.
a home game.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yep. I think we should have it. I want to have it. So I'm just gonna say W because I want it.
I'm gonna take that as a loss.
I'm gonna take the W just because that's what I want
All
to
right.
happen. So, but I understand the reality of things. So we
I'm
got
gonna say
Jets
L
after
too.
that. We're going to New York to go play the Jets.
Win.
Jets win. Yeah, I agree.
And Panthers, we're going to.
I'm gonna say W. Even though they looked good towards the end of last year,
I'm gonna say that's a
can't you
win,
sustain it? Yeah.
but
They looked tough last year. I agree.
but Carolina found their rhythm,
Yeah.
and if they can sustain it and keep it, especially with the
Then that
wide
could be more
receivers
of a
they got going
toss-up.
on right now,
Mhm.
because Xavier Leggett and
Yeah.
the boy that they drafted,
Mhm.
it's going to be tough. They're going to be tougher than
Well,
what they
still have
were last
Hubbard,
year.
right? At running back, don't they?
Cuba, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they need to solve.
could be tough,
is their running back.
But I'm gonna
problem.
go W on that.
And then we got the Commanders.
Lost.
which We're at
Commanders.
home.
I lost. I ain't even. Nope. That is a loss coming, bro. Sorry.
So you're saying both times we're
So
lost,
you think
even
they'll-
on Christmas?
The only reason why you gonna have a pissed off Dan Quinn, bro, because you fired him.
Does make sense. Honestly,
And plus two,
I can see
that first
being
one's
more-
in Dallas.
Yeah,
I know it is.
makes sense.
So believe me, when he comes in there, he's gonna have something to I would want it too. I want something to prove to you. You got rid of me, and I took this team, who's a bunch of bums, to the NFC Championship game. I was one game away from a Super Bowl, bro, with a rookie quarterback in Jaden Daniels and one wide receiver who was worth a shit in Scary Terry.
Jaden,
He balled out, and I didn't see that coming.
And I don't think a lot of us did. You know what I'm saying?
I thought he was going to hit because that boy little. Let's just say.
But when you put the right duo together,
That's what I'm saying.
that's literally all it takes is just to find the right
And
connection.
why couldn't Dan Quinn do it in Dallas? And that's why I
Because
say when he comes in,
nobody's allowed full control.
because it's a Jerry Jones.
because you have a piece of shit running your organization.
That's
So
what,
sorry to
nobody's
say.
allowed to have full
He
control.
is
so
judge,
you
jury,
can't-
and executioner.
I mean,
Never should be
You
allowed.
all know that. Then we got the Broncos after that.
I'm gonna say L.
Yeah.
Then
Is it in Denver?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's an
We're going
L.
to Denver.
Mile High, probably.
And then
Can't breathe up there.
But that defense is nasty.
Yeah,
Their defense is
great.
nasty, especially at home.
That's part of the reason.
My boy
I say
Bo
that,
Nix
too.
in his second year, son. Let's bring it. Even though I hate Dallas and I hate the Chargers, I love their quarterbacks, man. That's Ducks for life. I'm gonna roll with them forever and a day. I can't help it. I
I
love
can
it.
understand that though. Then we got Cardinals at home.
That's a win.
At home. Yeah,
That's a
I say
win.
W.
And then we got a bye week, week 10.
I would love that.
I know. That's a good time to have the bye.
That's a good time to have the bye, bro.
It's perfect.
And then we got Raiders, going to Raiders week 11.
I wouldn't say W.
I mean, it's kind of one of those
I mean,
games
they
where
it's
it's
gonna
like,
be
They got Geno
depending
Smith,
who decides to
but-
show up. It
The-
really it does.
the only reason why I'm saying this now is because Pete Carroll should be by week 10 settled into what he wants to do as a team. And, you got
Yeah.
Geno,
You got Genty running the ball, depending on what happens there.
that boy will be nasty. He will
But
be
they got Brock Bowers.
he will be a problem.
Jacoby Myers.
Will be a
So they
problem.
don't have. They have. I mean, they got. a
That's
few
what I'm
weapons.
saying.
They do.
By then,
Where's it at?
I'll have personally a better
I think
idea
that
of
he
where
said-
my team is
I
gonna
hope
kinda-
so.
It's going there.
It's in Vegas.
Yeah, we're going there.
I'm
I'm-
gonna toss up.
Yeah, that's how I was feeling. It's
I'm
gonna be a
W.
toss
I'm
up.
gonna go W.
Then we got
Dallas.
week 12. We're going against the Eagles again,
Skip. That's
which
a loss.
we'll be at home. I don't care. We're taking one. I want us to win one
You
always.
better hope
It
to
should
God
be
you
a
do.
split.
I'm gonna take an L.
But I can
I'm gonna say
understand.
L.
But at the same
Nothing
time,
you
the
guys
one
know.
thing that I think that could be a factor for them, again, is being on that cover. I know that's a wild
Because
accusation for some people to believe, but
at that point in time, will the division be almost wrapped up?
yeah. it really just depends on.
I mean, that's.
But also,
part of it,
too,
how
what-
crucial is that?
What
game?
else? What else does Saquon have to do from the rest of his games to that one? What does Saquon have left to prove for that? Where's he at in yardage and where's he at in touchdown wise?
Yeah, I mean it's really going to come down to.
I'm not
which
saying
I believe they're going to sweep us this year. I truly believe that, but I want a split. That's what I want.
I'm not going to say that they're going to rest him at that point in time, but now they have AJ Dillon in the backfield to relieve him.
Well, and then we got our famous Thanksgiving game, which will be home against the Chiefs.
Loss.
I hate to
Well,
say it,
say
but
L,
I
yeah.
agree, L. And then this is a loss. We don't got to talk much about it against Lions in Detroit. That's a
Loss.
L. And then at home with the Vikings, I'm hoping for a W on that.
That could be a win,
I'd say win.
but it's going to depend on where
Like
Minnesota
we
is
said with
at.
McCarthy and everything too. Like, what is he
Yeah.
going to be? Like,
Well,
it's a bunch of question marks.
But again,
Daniel Jones
on
is
that
there.
side.
Is he
Well, I
going?
guess if
Is
Daniel
is
Jones,
he-
that's
is-
true too.
is
he
gonna
going to
be-
beat JJ?
yeah.
I feel like they're going to give it to JJ though because they drafted him. Unless something, well, that is at the end of the game, end of the year, so
But
he
it's-
might lose it by then.
But
so,
it's also hard to beat experience. And
yeah.
Daniel Jones does have experience. It may be shitty experience, but it's experience.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
We'll
on
see
that.
on that, but
And then we have Chargers, home at Chargers.
Loss.
I think it's an L too.
I
Honestly,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
I
man.
don't disagree though.
Your back
I
end schedule is pretty rough, just like Pittsburgh's.
They have the
And then-
hardest
and-
back end
Oh,
schedule in
I
the
mean-
last 25 years.
After seeing these last 5 that we just called out, yeah,
I mean, and then we
I
have
can
the
see.
Commanders again, which,
Loss.
he said lost.
and then the Giants.
I'd probably say L
in
and
New
then a
York.
dub.
And that'll be a win.
Should be.
I'm hoping, because I
So
mean,
I'm hoping.
I'm hoping to take both of them with them.
And
I'm
these are
hoping to
all
split.
and these are all barring without massive injury.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
obviously. I mean,
Because,
This
I
is
mean, you know,
obviously
like-
hindsight's 2020.
Oh,
so,
Obviously, it goes without saying because you know,
Yeah.
God forbid if that goes down again,
right.
it's
It's something.
you might as well go flush the wonder seat and say it's over.
yeah.
But also too, that goes with any team. You know what I'm saying? Like that could go for anybody.
Oh yeah.
I don't
I
care
mean, it's
who you
every
are.
year, no matter what sport you're playing. Injuries.
There ain't nobody that got a
Yeah.
backup that could lead somebody to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Or a backup on an NFL roster.
Except for us.
Shut
I
up.
was just kidding.
We'll just have to wait and
That's
see
Stop.
what we do.
Will Howard, baby.
You know, I mean, we'll just
He's
have to
very
see what happens.
I mean, I think it's going to be a losing schedule. I don't see us doing much this year, but it really just depends on the chemistry, depends on the team, what they decide to do as a whole. For the holes that we did lose from this past year, the ones that are feeling it to fill in their positions. It's just really going to be a test of time to really see how well they'll do. I feel like kind of after 4 or 5 games, I'll have a general idea whether or not we're going to come to games and show up or not.
So what
But
do you think?
it's going to be tough. Like I really think it's going to be on the lower end as far as us winning, especially who we're playing against. I mean, you called it. You seen. I mean, I have wishes of who I want to win, but the reality is the truth. I don't see us winning a lot of them.
The back end of that schedule is horrible.
I
So
mean,
what's your
I could see
record?
us. I could see us winning maybe 6 or 7 games.
I actually see that prediction at 7-11 probably right. Could be.
Maybe 7-10. They play 17 games.
18 weeks. Well, yeah, 17.
Yeah, but I was
okay.
just meaning like I was always 7-10.
When people talk shit, oh, they even lose on their bye weeks. I'm like, get off my nuts.
Everybody's going to a bye week. I mean, but also too, you got everybody's going to have to deal with those injuries, and plus too, they haven't even made it to camp yet.
Yeah.
So you don't even know, like, someone could get injured in camp.
Yes.
Like right now, I know going to the college aspect, Oregon just lost their number 1 receiver for the season
Jeez.
already.
Wow.
Lower body injury. It says does not have a designated timetable.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Fearing the season. Evan Stewart. He was a transfer last year
That's good.
from Texas A&M.
What happened?
Boy had promise. He was my only returning starter besides my tight end, Evan Sadiq from last year. My only one.
What happened
To Evan,
Yeah.
they were doing drills and it just sustained a lower body injury. I can't remember what the actual report said, but it says he does not. They're optimistic he could return late in the season, but the prognosis is not good.
Damn. That is rough.
And the boy has fought injuries his whole career, even from Texas A&M to Oregon.
Yep.
So I'm just really hoping that he has a very speedy recovery and can come back, because I need him. I need that experience, because Oregon does have a lot of other wide receivers that have game experience, just not enough. And we also got a lot of freshmen. And I'm talking true freshmen. There's one wide receiver that I am very, very, very excited for to see what he does, and he is a true freshman. He was the number 1 receiver in the country this year, and he committed to Oregon, and Decorian Moore. He's from Duncanville, Texas. The boy's nasty. He is nasty. I cannot wait to see him, because also too, he's extremely tall. He's 6'4", 6'4", 210 pounds. Boy's a monster, and I can't wait to see him on the field, because now, and also too, I hope he knows in his mind, I have to step up now.
Yeah.
With Evan going down, I have to step up, because Sadiq is not a normal tight end. He's not bodied like a tight end. He's bodied like a receiver.
More like a receiver. Okay.
And he came on late last year, which showed very much good promise. He scored 2 touchdowns in the Big Ten championship game against Penn State. So I'm very excited about that part. But I need another receiver to step up, because if not, Oregon could be in for a long season and be in trouble.
Man.
And I don't want that, because I probably, and I will say this right now, I probably take Oregon football more than I do the NFL.
Yeah, but you're also
I would take it
more in a
I-
rut right
That's how I
now,
am with
too.
college
You know what I
basketball.
mean?
I would take
Over
it
the
more
NBA.
I take it more to heart.
Yeah.
I got a lot of passion for the NFL. Don't get me wrong. I do.
You have passion for all football.
But I have more passion for college football, and especially for Oregon. Oregon will always hold a special place for me. I love Oregon football. It brings me joy.
I get it.
It brings me joy
It brings
/ pain at the same time.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Yep.
Because fuck Ohio State. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there. I had to. Sorry. I hate them. I hate those nuts. Hate them with a passion.
That's wild.
But we need to do a college segment. Football.
Definitely do that.
I'm sorry, it'll probably be mostly on me, but
You
I mean,
got
that's
me.
fine. I mean, because I
he
actually
knows
Yeah.
a little bit,
But
but I
mean,
watch it a lot more though now.
if you watch college football,
It's
you
good to watch.
you would understand because the pageantry that they have, and each university has something different that they do, and they do it because they have pride in what they do. The NFL,
Yeah.
you really don't have it.
No.
They do, but they don't.
College
But-
is like
but-
The rivalries are what get you.
yeah.
Like Pitt, West Virginia, Oregon State, Ohio State, and Michigan. I'm not a fan of either of them teams, but I'm gonna watch that game because I love the way those two hate each other.
Yeah, what I mean, but it's you get a whole different game. You
They
get
go to the extreme.
that's what I'm saying.
Michigan, Ohio State goes to the extreme by blocking out letters that have their own opponents' not letter in it. Like Michigan will
I know
go
what you're
around
saying,
campus and X out anything that has an O on it. Michigan does the same thing. Anything that has an M on it, they're putting a piece of black tape over it. They hate each other. And I'm here for it. I'm here for that. I'm here for that hate.
Yeah, but it's a different breed. You got a bunch of guys that are completely hungry, trying to get into the NFL, trying to achieve that dream. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So you and it's not. I mean, yeah, it's entertainment, but it's not rigged entertainment.
But also too, those kids, they understand why it is what it is.
yeah,
You have to go back and look at why you committed to that school. You have to know, like Texas and Oklahoma, they hate each other.
Mhm.
Like there's a reason why the Red River rivalry is one of the greatest in college football because they hate each other and they fight for a little gold hat. They do. They fight for a gold hat. That's what it is.
But it makes it more fun. It's definitely a lot more entertaining. I mean, but that
It's
rivalry
bragging rights.
goes straight to the streets, though. It's not this over the internet kind of thing. Like it's personal. It's home. It's where you live.
Some
you know
of
what I
it
mean?
does get personal. Like when you have like Florida State, it gets personal.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I've seen it.
Ohio State and Michigan, it gets personal. But there's also your other Michigan State. You have your in-state rivalries. Those are the ones that are good because it's needed.
But
It's needed for those bragging rights.
Yeah.
And you've seen it to where the team that would you consider less dominant ends up being dominant.
And you look at the old rivalries, man. Like you go back and watch college football, like Miami.
Yeah.
Miami rivaled everybody because they hated them. Everybody hated Miami because they were winning championships.
They were doing anything. When you're
and
that team.
It's like USC. Everybody hates USC. College football has just always been so different, and that's why I love it so much. I love college football. It's literally one of the most amazing things that you can watch on planet Earth to me. That's why I'm just so passionate about everything, and I will learn anything and everything I can about these rivalries.
Yeah.
Like, I know most of the trophies these guys win for beating their rivals, the things that they get and gain. It's just it's those things that these guys hold on to for life. Like that is a life experience that you'll never forget, ever. Like winning the Heisman Trophy. No one can ever take that from you, ever.
Except for your Reggie Bush.
Oh my Lord.
He got it.
But I know he got it back.
He got it back, which he should have.
It took him a long time to get it back, but
he got it back.
he did.
But
they did take it from him, Phil.
I know they did.
I know
they took Pete Carroll's wins.
Yeah,
from him.
I know. I remember that.
And it's just and you got the coaches in college football. You could see that these guys, some of them, not all, because you got guys that just don't give three shits. But you got guys that will bleed for their school.
Yeah.
You know that.
Can't wait for Bill
There's some
Belichick
there's
and
some
his
that don't
girlfriend to
leave,
coach
like they get
UNC.
offered to the NFL. They'd rather be in college where they are. They enjoy it more.
Yeah, some
They
some
like the
won't
raw. They like the rawness of what college brings in comparison to what the NFL gives you.
I'll use my coach as an example, and I know I always beat that Oregon drum. I have to.
I know you do.
Dan Lanning was offered the Alabama job.
Mhm.
He came from
Yeah.
Alabama. He came from Nick Saban's staff. So did Kirby Smart at Georgia.
Yeah.
He was on Georgia's staff when he left for Oregon, but he was offered the Alabama job and turned it down
Well, yeah.
because, and Dan Lanning said, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. And the grass is damn green in Eugene. And I loved every second of that. And Dan was, you could look on someone's face when they're serious. And he was serious about it.
But it's the time you put in, the love, you know what I mean? Because nobody, if you leave, I would figure you're unhappy, right?
For college coaches, sometimes they do it for the money because schools can offer you this much more than any other coach can. But I will say this too now. Oregon, they got that Nike money. And that is a good thing to have. And I don't like that people sometimes choose that.
It's true.
But, you know, it's always good to have Phil Knight on your side.
Well, it's part of the reason people.
You need anything and everything, you're going to get it.
How beautiful are them peas that we wish we could have, though?
How beautiful are the facilities that Oregon has?
Yeah.
Oregon has some of the best facilities in college football.
They
have one of the best weight rooms in college football.
I think
they have everything that is needed to win. And yes, they do not have a national championship. I know this, people. I know that Oregon does not have. They have 0 national titles. Been to 2, and I have witnessed both of them. Crushing blows. But
that's your team.
I live and die with Oregon. I always will and always have. Dan Lanning is getting them on the road to where they need to be. Because Oregon used to never get to 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Now our roster is loaded with them. So watching him come from the SEC and Kirby Smart is now giving me high hopes for what we have in the future.
Yeah.
And I love it because I want Phil Knight to get a national title before he perishes off earth.
Yeah.
Him and his wife, Penny Knight, have given their lives to the University of Oregon. They have. Their basketball arena is named after their son, Matthew. It's called the Matt Knight Arena. And just they've given everything back to the University of Oregon. Because also, too, a lot of people don't know this, that Phil Knight is also a graduate of Stanford University as well. So he does give back to Stanford, but he gives more to Oregon because that's where he got his start from.
Yeah.
In Beaverton, which is where Nike is at.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we all know.
Where you already know.
Jimmy's in the chat. Yeah, okay. It was the Niners. It was the Niners last year.
Yeah, because that
Thanks,
was,
Jimmy. I appreciate that.
Yeah, because that was when didn't Frank Warner get healthy, or it was Dre Greenlaw?
Yes.
Did he get healthy?
I believe so.
And then basically,
it was George Kittle that said it. He said, "I don't want to be around a player like that."
Well, basically a linebacker was coming back in and
that just gives up mid-game and left the stadium. Like I'm talking, he walked out to the locker room, took his pads off, put them on, peaced out. Mid-game in the third quarter, mind you.
That's wild.
It is. It's crazy. But also too. But I will get back. Like I do want to. I want to have a college football segment, especially too because the season is upon us. Teams are going to get ready to go to camp and start fall practice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here for it.
Very soon. So
I'm always here for it. I always get more excited and more rejuvenated when college football comes back.
It's like the fountain of youth for you.
It really is, man. Like, I mean, I just wish people, I know people say I'm crazy, and stuff like that, but I just, you got to have a passion for something. If you don't have passion for something in this world, then I don't know what I don't know what you do.
You got to
You
find
know.
something to enjoy in life.
And college football is it for me. You
Yeah.
know, shoes as well, stuff like that. But college football just always gets me, where I want to be. I love it. So I do want to do a college football segment if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, definitely down with that.
But yeah, I mean, I think we did pretty good today.
Oh yeah, outside of the little sound mishap, we apologize for that for anybody that was watching.
Yeah, that was definitely a technical error on my part, so that was definitely my bad. Forgot to turn on the microphone, so if the quality of sound was a little bit on the crappy side, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's why we turned it off and did a second part to be able to get everything right where it should have been from the beginning.
But we appreciate everybody in the chat for sure. Mary, Brittany, Jimmy for joining us. Definitely appreciate that. Megan, even though she's a Ravens fan, we'll take it.
And she said Con Air is good, so you have to watch it.
I'm not watching Con Air.
You're so unacceptable on certain things the way that you are. Like, you can't just be hard-headed, RJ.
I can when it's
No.
Joey D's.
But you're gonna go watch Madden.
Well, yeah, because
Which is probably going to be
a football movie.
Yeah, it's a football, but it's probably not going to be as good as Con Air.
And Keanu Reeves is
It's probably not going to be as good as Con Air, though.
John Wick's in it. Yeah, John Wick.
I don't know what the movie's going to be like, but classic. Yeah.
John Wick's in it.
Everybody should slander this guy. Beat
John
him up in the
Michael, Nick
comments.
Cage
Let him
sucks.
know.
I mean, he went bankrupt almost and wasn't doing anything for a while. Because Nick Cage sucks.
Okay. Please hit that follow button and that subscribe button as well. Pound the like button whenever you're in the chat. We definitely appreciate that. Just trying to get our name out there and get more followers, get more people in the chat and get engaged. It would be definitely helpful. Tell friends, family, all that stuff. Oh, Chip just joined it. Oh my dear Lord.
I agree.
And
sounds like something.
And that's why. And that right there is why we had him on the show, because he brings the extra, and we love it.
That's how you need it, though. You always need that little bit.
Oh, and definitely he is coming back on the show again.
Oh, so, yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Gotta have fun. And
that's his wife.
I saw that.
That's hilarious.
These are true.
But yeah, we'll definitely have him back on the show, and we'll definitely be getting some other people here to get them involved. Just want to get better as a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hope that everybody that's followed and subscribed likes what we're doing. Spread the word out there, and we're going to go ahead and end the show. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back with another episode here shortly. And thank you, and have a good day.
Have a good one. Bye. There we go.